what's up, y'all? Welcome to the Relationship Cheat Code, where we give you the game, helping you to stress less and experience your absolute best in your relationship. This right here is my beautiful, adorable, impeccable wife, Iana.
And this right here is my lovely sweetheart, my Pookie Pie, my baby, my boo, my boo. That's a reminder. Ayize. That's Ayize, y'all. That's my baby. What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Relationship Cheat Code. Another episode, another opportunity for us to dig in and get it right. Yes. To ask ourselves, do we want to be right? Or do we want to be in relationship? You got to ask yourself that every day sometimes.
Sometimes, right? Yeah, that's real talk. How you feeling, babe?
Quite tired.
I don't even have to ask you the question anymore. That's like your regular answer these days. Quite tired, overwhelmed.
We just came off of.
We did, so I get it.
A major weekend of work.
Yeah.
We just got back and we had to roll right into filming our podcast. So you ain't tired?
I mean, I'm tired, but that's probably not what I would say.
What would you say?
In terms of how
do you feel?
I feel grounded.
Ah.
Yeah, I feel grounded. I feel
like
grounded.
That.
I feel present. I feel at ease.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
And so when I think about tiredness, I think about physical fatigue. And so I feel that too, but I'm not going to leave with that.
Well.
So you feel just tired up and down the board. So whether it be physically, mentally, emotionally, you're just tired.
Quite.
Okay. Respect.
I am tired. I'm tired. So you want to get into this issue for today?
Yeah. So today, y'all, what we're going to be talking about is we want to challenge you to examine your resistance. Examine your resistance. One of the things that we've noticed in the work that we do is that a lot of people be bumping up against themselves when it comes to healing, overcoming, and growing in their relationship. And a large part of it is because we move through our relationship and also through life with our eyes wide shut. And so it's important that you really take the time to examine what's going on within me that's leading me to a place where I'm actually resisting growth. When you refuse to resist growth and you actually embrace it, then what happens is that as long as you're taking steps, you'll start to notice a shift. But again, far too many people got this resistance piece that I just don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't feel like it. If he ain't doing it, if she not doing it, I'm not doing it either. It's not the right time of day. It's not the right hour. I don't got the right color in my hair. I don't got the right clothes on. There's always something. There's always something. Like, we be making excuses, Joe. We be making excuses about like why we can't do certain things or why we shouldn't do it. And so there's a lot of blocks that we put up for ourselves that lead us to a place of not having what it is that we say we want. And so we be blocking ourselves. We get in our own way. That's that resistance. And so we want to examine that today and just look at, where does that come from? What does it look like? Why it be? And what can you do to really get beyond it?
So, I mean, I think it would be good if we talk about or give some examples of what resistance looks like in a relationship. Because I don't think people can always see themselves. You think it's somebody else, but you don't really see it in your own relationship or in your own life. And so one of the first examples that comes up for me, this comes up right to the top, and sisters who are part of the Blamily, our membership community, have heard me say this. And that is, you need to shift as a woman, as a wife. You need to shift your energy. You need to shift. You need to shift out of being controlling. You need to shift out of being critical. You need to shift out of not accepting help, right? Any number of things. And really what we talk about all the time, this is not unique to one or two people. There's a whole lot of women who deal with this shift out of needing to be in control all the time. And this is a part of the core work that you need to do as a woman, married or not, in relationship or not, and especially as it does affect and impact and show up in your relationship. And so I think what happens a lot of times, this is an example, women will actually say, okay, I need to get some help for my relationship and for myself and the things that we need to work on. And so we're going to go to counseling. We're going to go and meet with pastor. We're going to go and get some coaching. We're going to join this community. We're going to go to this retreat. All the while, and I have been there where I was like, I'm really just need him to get it together. All the while,
That's what
not
y'all be saying. Y'all be saying that.
I've been there. Like I literally have thought this about my husband, and don't recognize that piece around how I show up, my energy. Somebody can give me some feedback around that, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I know. And so, but then and you just move on and don't recognize that's the core work, that's the it work, that's what has to happen. And so you're in resistance. And this is why I brought this particular example up, because we will okey doke ourselves or trick ourselves into thinking that we're actually working, because women in particular, because we have initiated some kind of connection or extension, or ask for help in some way, or trying to pull our partner along to do something, but we are not fully really serious about doing the work. We just want to get into the environment. And I don't want to knock nobody. I don't want to knock any of my sisters for just getting into the environment, because sometimes that's all we can do. That's the best we can do. So I mean, I understand that, but resistance is getting into the environment, hearing some feedback from your therapist or counselor or coach, knowing that about yourself, and still continuing to look at your partner, and then somehow think that you are, no one would ever say I'm better, but think that you're a little more elevated or enlightened or further along, because he ain't even thinking about getting into space. Yeah. But guess what? He won't even be the one to bring y'all up into no space. But he actually might take some real critical feedback from Aize, for example, and go ahead and execute on that. But you haven't. Yeah. You haven't done anything around your core work, or you do it only up until a certain point. And that's resistance. That's resistance. And you know what resistance is, babe?
What?
Fear. Resistance is just fear. You are afraid. That's all it is. Yeah. It's fear. It's fear of whatever, being hurt, fear of
not being in control.
Not being in control, all of that.
Yeah. I mean, that's facts right there. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it and share from the guy's perspective. Okay. So we can actually go back and forth. I like this right here. So, so in terms of the guys, the resistance that I'm challenging you to examine, fellas, is the resistance to getting outside help. So while the women may sign up for the course, sign up for the class, sign up for the retreat, sign up for coaching, sign up for counseling, whatever it may be, buy the book. A lot of times dudes have this perspective that, why I need to go to somebody else to tell me what I already know.
Right.
Why I need to go get some outside intervention or perspective, because, they ain't going to be able to help me because their stuff is messed up already. Like, we make these assumptions. Why I gotta go, out on this retreat and stuff like that? Can't we just do that on our own? And so there will be this resistance to outside help, outside perspective and feedback, and you want to be left to your own situation. But the reality is that you being left and stuck in your own situation is what got you where you are right now. And so you need help, bruh. You need the help. But the resistance is coming from a place of, number one, you want to buy into this whole machismo element and this whole piece of like, I'm the dude, I'm the head, I'm the lead, I need to take charge. And what you do, but the reality is that sometimes taking charge looks like asking for help.
Right.
And when you're able to recognize that you need help because there's a deficit, because your wife is in the corner crying, because your wife is crying herself to sleep, because your family is broken, but that reflects a certain level of wisdom. It takes wisdom for you to recognize that, like, I need some help and I can't do this. It takes wisdom to recognize that I need help before it's too late and it's too far gone in our relationship. And so, like, the resistance that dudes be experiencing, a lot of times, like, it looks like, I don't want the help. I wrote a post before where I spoke about waving off the pick. And for those folks that play basketball, you'll know what I'm speaking about. The pick is there for a reason. It's the help. It's the help. It's coming to provide a source of relief. It's coming to provide another option. It's coming to provide a different perspective. It's coming to provide a different vantage point. It's coming to aid and assist you in the process of getting a bucket. But you waving off the pick because you want to go solo.
Mm-hmm.
You waving off the pick because you just want to go 1-4 and leave it at that and break him down and show what you got. But you're too busy trying to do it on your own that you're refusing to help, and you're finding yourself running into a brick wall and ending up losing the game of your relationship. Stop waving off the pick. Stop waving off the pick. Stop being so self-righteous, self-absorbed, and so self-focused that you think that you can't benefit from getting help from somebody else. And I get it. Just because you ask for help, it doesn't mean that you're weak.
Right.
It doesn't mean that you're less than. And I'm challenging you to be vulnerable and to embrace the fear of bringing somebody else in, because you may not know him or her. In the best case examples, it might possibly be a referral. But again, extend yourself, bro. Get some help and get some support.
That's good. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Extend yourself, bro. I think this one is a hard one, but I'm just gonna hit it and quit it. Some of y'all are with the wrong person. I said this in the past, and you are resisting that awareness. You're resisting doing what you need to do to honor yourself, to take care of yourself, to put yourself first. You go on to scripture and counseling and God, give me one more sign, and let me go over here and get a coach, and let me go read a book, and let me pray for my husband devotionals, right?
Mm-hmm.
And all of those things in and of themselves are good. But this is how, again, I'm telling you, women, we good at giving ourselves an okie doke. Like, we just be tricking ourselves. Like, but when you're doing that and you are resisting what the Most High has shown you,
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like that, I'm trying to do what God would have me to do. You're trying to force your hand and not take what God has shown you. And I've heard, women talk about, God told me to be still. Every now and then I'd be like, well, how long did he tell you to be still for? Because sometimes that's a defense mechanism. I'm doing something called The Art of Overcoming. It's a 21-day experience for women. We're having a phenomenal time in that space. And one of the every day we have been focusing on a principle, and one of the principles, I'm gonna tell you about two of the principles. I'm not gonna go too deep, but one of them was choice. We always have a choice. Mm-hmm. We always have a choice about how we respond to our situation, about the conversation we are willing to have or unwilling to have, the things that we need to say to advocate for ourselves, to set boundaries, to have the grown-up conversations. We always have a choice, but oftentimes we live in default, and we don't live making proactive choices. And then when we get some clarity, whether it be from something we hear or a story somebody tells, or you listening to this podcast, or you getting some counsel from somebody who's been where you've been, guess what folks do? They cycle back to this other principle it wasn't a principle, this one was an emotion we explored. We cycle to confusion.
Hey, what's up, y'all? So we know you're enjoying the episode, but check this out, y'all. We're not just any old random couple that's coming on YouTube every week just giving relationship suggestions and stuff like that. We're way more than that, y'all. Mm-hmm. We're trained therapists and relationship coaches. Yeah. This right here is my beautiful, incredible, sensational wife, Iana.
And this right here is my dapper, debonair husband, Ayize. So y'all, we just want you to know that there is more. We don't want you to just be a spectator. We want you to get in here with us and join our community. We have all kind of folks who are doing their personal work, their relationship work. We have sister circles and men's lounges and trainings, and we address all kinds of things from infidelity to disconnection to communication issues and sex and intimacy issues. Look, the solution is at blandcore.com. Join us. I'm confused. Let me get still again so God can speak to me. That's for the folks who are, people of faith, but we kind of twisting things up a little bit. And other folks, I just don't know what to do. You do know what to do. Yeah. You don't ever not know what to do. You do know what to do. You have just not done what you need to do. And you've got to work on the willingness to do it. You got to work on having the courage to even be willing. But the resistance I see from women who are more committed to the idea of being married, more committed to what it looks like to have a man, more committed to what people will say about you or things that you imagine people will say about you because you don't have this husband, more committed to wanting to keep your children in the same house with you and your partner, but just have not actually like really like focused on the gravity of how messed up it is in your house. You're trying to keep everybody together because you didn't have anybody. You didn't have both parents in the household. But when you actually shift and realize I cannot continue down this path because this is not for my highest good, you'll recognize it's not for your children's highest good. We are more concerned with labels and surfaces and appearances than we are with depth and what's happening on the inside. We're more concerned with what it's going to look like and what it's going to appear to be and what the setback is going to be than we are with what the come up can be and with clearing out the way so that we can be positioned to have the best of what we're supposed to be. And when we continue to do that, we are not only operating in resistance, we're operating in fear, we're operating in control when you really ain't got no control anyway, and we need to surrender. I see this with women quite a bit, and they come to us because of what we represent. Like, hey, you need to work it out. You need to figure it out. Most people tap out too soon, and this is true. But some of y'all, when y'all come, some of y'all are watching this right now, you're in the Blamily. And you've been in here for a while. Some of you brand new, and you just like, whoa, I was coming to get it so I can make this thing work. And you realize, wait a minute, I got to work on boundaries.
Yeah.
I got to work on taking care of myself. I got to work on advocating and putting my voice forward. I got to work on, actually having real boundaries that take care of me, not just continuing to operate separately in my marriage. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
You're like, I ain't know I had to do that. You're in resistance. And there's a whole lot of folks out there like that. A whole lot. And we'll never tell nobody it's time for you to be out. But you done seen that sign and you keep looking the other way.
That's true. That's true. There are a lot of women who are in that space. There are some men who are in that space as well too. But I will say there are a whole bunch of women that really are choosing to ignore that sign. And that's problematic.
Why do you think more women are in that space, at least theoretically, than men? Like, why is it? Why is that?
I think because men aren't looking up to even see the sign. So men just got their heads down.
To see the sign and they need to lead a relationship?
Yeah, stay or go. Like it's about function. It's about
they just
let me
like
execute the task.
It is whatever it is.
Yeah, I'm doing the work. And that's actually what I want to speak about in terms of resistance on men's part. That fellas, I want you to examine your resistance around the idea of being with your woman versus doing for your woman. And so a lot of dudes will prioritize and puff up their chests and really feel good about the idea of I'm going to work 9 to 5, working 20-hour days, working
not 20 hours.
20-hour days, 8 days a week. And so I'm just that dude. Like, I can do it like that. And so they feel good about that, about the ability to be able to provide, so provision is an important piece, but you're so focused on doing for that you're missing and you're resisting being with. And so you're resisting being with your woman and maybe even sometimes being with your children. Because what it requires you to do is to shift your focus from what you want to do to what it is that they want you to do and how they want to experience you. And so it's not that they don't want you to do that. They may want you to cut back on some of those things, but what I hear from a lot of women is that I want to experience you. I want to be with you. I want to feel you. I want to connect in with you. And not just from the wife, but we also hear that from children as well. Like, I want you to spend time with me. I want you to engage with me. Right. Don't just be in the same room as me. Just, but I want you to like play with me. And so that right there speaks to, play with me. Like, get on the floor and play cards or play. Like our 8-year-old son, he be loving some Monopoly. Can you play with me?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking something else. Okay. No, I got you.
What was you thinking?
Because I don't know. I thought you was talking about your wife wants you to play with her.
I mean, your wife might want you to play with her too, and I'm sure she
So
does.
that play went
You
another
know,
way.
but no, it's real. So whether it be from the children to your spouse, your wife, she wants you to spend time with her. She wants you to play with her. She wants you to be with her. And
Last night.
like last night. Mm. Yeah, I was playing with you. And you were playing. You were really playing with me.
You.
Yeah, you was playing with me. Yeah. Yeah, my wife, she was playing with me.
Playing with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you like it? You was low key like, what the hell, man?
I was. I mean, I enjoyed it at first.
Then what?
But then I was like, what the, how you doing? Like, what is
You were so patient.
I was patient.
I mean,
you playing too many games.
Your patience was I was starting to become impatient with your patience.
So your game.
But I was like trying to hold it. I was like, bruh. Like when you make a move, what you doing?
It's the games we play, Joe. It's a fine line.
You have extreme patience.
Yeah. I mean, but I'm also trying to be diplomatic and respectful too. I don't want to just take. But sometimes what you're doing.
You should know me well enough to know when that's an invitation to do that.
Yeah. I do know you well.
But you don't be sure. You be unsure. Sometimes. How we get into this topic?
Yeah, you took us there.
I'm
like,
sorry, I had to sound the whole like.
I mean, for real, like you taking us there because you're trying to entice, or you're trying to tease and flirt, and you're doing that right now. So it's like you're throwing out little signals, and
you're throwing out a little signal with your two top buttons.
Really? Let's get focused. Let's get back on task.
It's not you say it's a button up dude, and you see both of them jumps. Don't do that.
Boo, come on.
Leave it open.
So, so we got to examine our resistance around being with y'all, being with her versus doing for her. And again, it's not that she don't want you to do for her, but you really got to make sure you prioritize. You really got to make sure you prioritize being with her, y'all. All right? Stop, boo.
I'm listening.
Nah, you know what you're doing, yeah. Like
I'm just listening to you.
All right. I mean, you're getting something started. It's all good.
Hey, I'm just looking at my fine husband as you talk and as you share.
Okay, baby. Your turn.
That's all I'm doing.
Okay, boo. Your turn.
I don't have anything else to say.
You don't have anything else?
What are we talking about? Resistance.
You just got so lost that you don't even know what we're talking about.
I'm lost in you.
I got something for you. I do. So the one thing that I want to say, y'all, is that I think both men and women, but specifically men, need to examine their resistance when it comes to paying the price. When it comes to paying the price. And you know, women are more apt to pay the price, specifically a financial price, when it comes to books, retreats, resorts, therapy, coaching,
time price too,
leveling up. Time price. Yeah, women are more inclined to pay that type of price. Fellas, we got to examine our resistance to paying the price. You know, we're so busy counting the costs. We should shift our focus to counting the commissions. Because when you invest energy, when you invest time, when you pay that price, you know, you get to reap the rewards. And so whether it be time, whether it be energy, and whether it be financial, like one thing that I know for a fact is a lot of times it's not that dudes don't got it. So it's not that you don't got the time. It's not that you don't got the energy. It's not that you don't got the money. It's just that you're not prioritizing the thing.
Right.
And so I want you to examine your resistance around that. Again, if you expect to get more, if you expect to be in a better space, you got to sow more. And so when you sow more, you reap more. And so when you sow more time into your marriage, into your relationship, then you'll reap more as it pertains to connection and better communication and better intimacy. When you sow more energetically into your wife and into your children, you see my wife smiling right now? When you sow more energetically, you'll reap what you're seeing right here. It's because I be sowing.
Yes, you do.
And I be reaping. And when you sow more financially, you get access. You get access to people, places, experiences that give you the opportunity to really level up. And so stop being stingy with yourself. You being stingy with your hands and with your energy, extend yourself. Extend yourself so more so you can reap more. So stop sabotaging and getting in the way and blocking your blessing by not extending. You being selfish with yourself.
Yeah.
So it's obvious that my wife has left this podcast, y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. And again, we appreciate you.
I'm here, babe.
You're not here.
I'm here.
My wife ain't here. She's somewhere else, y'all. She's somewhere else. But I'm about to land this plane. You know, yeah, I'm about to land this plane.
Bye. We'll see y'all next time.
Check out all of the other episodes. Please like, please subscribe, and please share. And we'll connect in with you next time. Peace out, y'all.